Hey y'all, it's me, and it is the end of the day pretty much. But I act like it's like the day is almost gone. Hey y'all, it's me. Stop dropping real long. And the day ain't. It's 8 something, but I act like it's like midnight because I feel like it's midnight. Anyway, I started to come back and do my seeds last night, but I only give myself a certain amount of time on the YT. And it can be done collectively or in spurts. And so last night, I don't know what it was. It was some of everything. But anyway, I want to share my seed, so I got to get to it. And I have a product review too, which is something that I've been, I mean, I won't say, it was one of the things that I knew when I came back to YouTube that I would be sharing with y'all. Okay? So without further ado, who says that? But anyway, y'all know I told y'all yesterday, this is almost like a continuation about me and Pierre and this country versus city thing. There's always this little conflict going on here. And Pierre ain't, see, let me put it like this. When we first got married, Pierre tried to play like he didn't know what beans were. And this is how I'm gonna tell y'all how rudimentary things can be, just down to the bare basic minimum, about how far people will go to do things. Pierre tried to play like he didn't know what beans were. And I'm sitting up here like, yeah, you mean to tell me y'all didn't ever eat beans, like beans and cornbread and stuff like that when y'all was little? Uh, now I'm a meat and potatoes man. That's the stuff he come trying to tell me. Well, what the real deal was that that's what he was wanting me to cook all the time. And I was like, steak was like a delicacy when we was growing up, and the parents might be eating steak and the kids wasn't. We wasn't all sitting around with our own individual cow on our plate. Okay, let me just put it like that. And I'm like, what's going on here? So um one year Pierre's mother came down, and I had a hankering for some beans, and it was just going to be on. And I was like, I really wasn't concerned. Howdy Doody could have came in here and pulled up a wooden chair and sat his little wooden self down in it, and he would have been eating beans too, 'cause that's just the way it was. I was Howdy Doody that was Pinocchio. Whoever it is, a wooden man, let's just say that. He would have just been eating beans. Whoever, Howdy Doody Pinocchio. Anyway, he his mom came and I had fixed some beans, and and I got real fancy. I'm like, we can do beans like low down, or we can do beans high up. Beans low down, beans in the pot. Go get your bowl, get your piece of cornbread, sit down, onion, tomato. Beans high up. A bean is a bean as far as I'm concerned, but I will pull out the bean pot with the little glass ladle and the bean bowls, and we just sit around. You cut the cornbread up and in the cute little squares and all that stuff. So I did that for them, trying to make it look cityfied. His mother was so excited about them beans, and then she started going into this little diatribe about um how they used to eat beans when they was little. And I'm sitting up there doing this. Pierre sitting up there because he knew that I was on to him at that point. He didn't say too much, and I didn't even, he know. But Pierre is not afraid to try to pimp country for city's benefit. So I'm out here, this is all going on with my seeds. So when I'm getting the stuff together for my seeds, which is right here, he comes around the corner with this. I don't know why every year I have to go through him with this here onion thing. Last year, year before last, it was, oh, I got to get some onions. The guys down at the job was talking about onion slips and all that. I said, well, did you go so far as to ask them what an onion slip is? I knew what an onion slip is, but I wanted to know how much investigation he had done on the situation. Since you're going to come up in the house and bring onion, topic in, I want to know that you know what you're supposed to know about what you're asking me to do. He didn't know nothing about what an onion slip was. He was just bringing the word back to the nest. And then I'm supposed to go, and I told him, I said, you just so lucky. I said, country saves the day again, okay? Because this here, what you was doing. So he comes around the corner. This is his contribution to the garden. These onion bulbs. Number one, I just looked at him. I said, well, if this is what you want to get, honey, are you planning on having like a little onion harvest or an onion festival? The reason why two people got to have all this onion, we just gonna put them in and whatever. And I said, okay then. So I just took them, and they need to be in the ground right now, but the weather has been so funny. I'm not blaming nobody because I don't have no control over the weather. I go with what God puts out there because I'm blessed enough to have clothes that cover me from spring all the way up to the hottest heat and then down to the, I won't say to the coldest cold, but close. And when all else, to put it all on and you'll be warm. That's the way I'm looking at it. I ain't going to complain because I can deal with any of it. Now, on to the seeds. This year, I decided that I wasn't going and buying these plants that I've been. Last year, I told y'all my garden just wasn't right. I bought some stuff that I am convinced came from Sheol. Sheol. Look it up. Them plants either didn't perform. The one that I had clearly that I wish would have died at the very root was, now what would have been nice is if I would have really prayed before I went in there picking out plants, and then I wouldn't have picked out that hedonistic plant. Malabar spinach, Malabar, emblazoned in my brain and always forever in the back of my mind about what not to buy. I won't buy that mess no more. I bought that plant and planted it. And I should have known something. The thing was so vigorous in its growth. It just seemed like the thing was just growing while I was standing there looking at it. And I was like, this thing is really getting big fast. I had to put a trellis out there. Okay, and the way I was working, I really didn't have, like I said, time to tend to the thing. And every time I would go out there, it seemed like it was more growth and it was doing more and more. And then I said, well, it's time for me to start eating stuff. Maybe if I eat it, then I'll like it like I like baby spinach. Because, I got hooked on the word spinach. I didn't pay no attention to Malabar, Malabar, in front of the spinach, the word. And so I looked it up and I was like, well, this just looked like spinach. I cooked this stuff down, tried to cook it like some regular spinach. That was a hot mess. I said, this just don't taste like what I was thinking it was going to taste like. So I thought maybe I cooked it wrong. I looked on the net, found some recipes, and then I read a little bit more about it. One of the properties of Malabar spinach, in case you're taking notes, is it has some mucilage. It is a mucilage. Let me put it like that. It's slimy. That don't go together with nothing I had planned on any recipe that I'm making unless okra is involved in it. I'm ready for the slime with okra. I can deal with that because I like okra enough to deal with that. But in my mind, I hadn't conjured to ever have slime and spinach mentioned in the same sentence. And there wasn't no way to fix that. I fixed that stuff every which way but loose. I put it in some soup because that was one of the suggestions. I fixed it like this. It didn't matter what I put it in. The mess took over and it was a mess. No more Malabar spinach, note to self. I got this thing here, okay? Greenhouse Jiffy. And it got the word to have professional greenhouse. I don't know nothing about no professional, but it had to tell you that the seeds are sold separately. I guess somebody would have got it home and been thinking they had seeds. But each little pod here, and you see how long it is. to start some plants, because that was the plan. It still is the plan. I need to stop talking like I'm in past tense. It's just that I planned on having this stuff going by now, and I'm so behind that it's just really not funny, or it's actually sad, is what it is. So now, but I want to share some of my uh seeds with y'all. I did find this one company called Seed Savers. And you can look up their little, the website is www.seedsavers.org. And they are located, well, just look them up and you'll see. But anyway, this is one of the seeds. These are scarlet nantes is what I'm saying. This is an early carrot and these are heirloom seeds from the 1850s. Original seed developed by Villemort in France, and it's a cylindrical carrot that will get up I almost said 7 feet long. If it's that long, I don't even want to eat it. 7 inches long with blunt tips. And it says that this carrot is perfect for juicing and freezing. Scarlet Nantes. Now, every one that I got ain't from the Seed Saver, so don't get it twisted and think I'm getting fancy. But this one is, ain't that the cutest little carrot you ever seen? I can't wait to grow him. Paris Market Carrot. Satisfaction guaranteed. This is another Seed Savers carrot. And it says 1507, wait a minute. That ain't when it was originated. 19th century French heirloom, early round red-orange carrot, 1 to 2 inches in diameter, uniform and very sweet. And it says this one is highly sought after by gourmet restaurants and great seller at markets. That is the Paris Market carrot. And I see why the little thing is cute. I mean, you know, it's just cute. Just who gets excited about a carrot? Now, this kale here, you all will know this as I did as dinosaur kale. Its name is Lacinato. Brassica oleracea. I probably messed that up real bad, but whatever. This is an Italian heirloom that dates back to the 18th century. This is best eaten when leaves are small and tender. 62 days transplant. Just the sound of it is just getting exciting to me. These are okra plants, Clemson spineless. This is from heirloom from 1939, and it says it's one of the markets, one of their favorite little plants. And these are some big seeds here, and excellent quality, 50 to 64 days from situation. When I'm saying situation, I'm talking about planting and all that situation. These are the peas. This brings back memories. We had peas when we was growing up, and Mom and them would get up and tell us, we need them peas and stuff picked by the time we get back home from work. And me and Bubby would have, we have an older sister, but for some reason she thought she was a taskmaster or something. And me and Bubby was out there picking peas and running from bees. So I'm gonna try some peas this year. This pea is an English main crop variety, standard home and market variety. And it says it is very reliable. So there's that. And then I have another one. I have some other plants, but they just run of the mill. I got this little bushy cucumber. Ain't that little thing cute? Look like a whole bunch of little pickle wannabes laying up in that basket. This is Seed Savers Exchange from 1992. This pickle originated in Russia. I might call this my little Sochi pickle. Y'all, I was looking at them Olympics this year like I had somebody competing in them. A friend or foe, somebody. I don't even know why I said that. Back to the seeds. Probably because I said Russia. Anyway, produces bumper crops for fresh eating and pickling. They always make it sound so delicious and nutritious and delectable. Of course, I got one of the mill spinach seeds. See, everything pales in comparison when you start doing these other ones. I got mustard greens because I ain't going to have a garden without mustard greens. In college, y'all can have them all day long, every day. And it was one in particular. This one I will end with the Star of David okra. Look at the inside of that okra. Ain't that just beautiful? Look at that. And this is an Israeli heirloom.